Alright, let's see, where are we, man? Where are you, junkyard? Yes, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I hate this, you know. The start of the stream always makes me kind of... God damn it. Alright, guys. I'm here. Are you there? If you are, welcome. How are you? How are you today? Let's stream, man. Let's talk about some sleaze. Rest in Sleaze. This is the name of this episode. But we'll see why is this, you know, a rest in Sleaze. Alright. Because, yeah, we'll come to that. How are you guys? How are you doing today? Anything new? Yeah, why I'm streaming today, since I streamed on Wednesday, because I like to stream on Mondays. I streamed on Wednesday that day because I couldn't do it on Mondays, so I want to take that back to Mondays. And I have some things to talk about. We can start from, yeah, if you're here for the first time, just, you know, welcome. Hit like and subscribe. And leave a comment if you want. Wait. Yeah, okay. Everything's fine. Leave a comment if you want. Let's talk about some news. What's going on in the world of sleaze? Not only sleaze, rock and metal, man. Especially rock, hard rock. That's what I like the most. Aerosmith, of course. Let's start with Aerosmith. We talked about it in the previous episode. And you guys know that they released a new song. The song is called My Own Angel, featuring Yungblud, of course. And what I didn't know back then, but back then in the previous stream on Wednesday, that this is going to be an EP. EP is going to be available on November 21st. You know all that, right? Of course you know. I should stop, you know, pretending to be a journalist and should... this is going to be released that, and nobody wants to know that. So, first new music since Music from Another Dimension. What I said in this short video that I did, that you can find on this channel, yeah, I like the song, but it's nothing special. I mean, it's okay, I'll take it. But I didn't expect anything else. I mean, it sounds like those, you know, songs from the 90s, like, from, you know, 9 Lives, Just Push Play, which is not 90s, which is 2000s, but that kind of song, you know. It's neither there, neither here, neither there. It's fine, it's, I don't know. And Yungblud, a lot of people are talking about Yungblud, saying that he is a poser and a lot of other things. I don't think he's I mean, being a poser in rock music is, of course, it's normal. I mean, everybody should be a posers in rock and roll, except if you're Nirvana. I mean, but they listen, the grungers, they were not posers like glam dudes were in rock and roll. You know, people from rock and roll bands were, but they kind of were in their own way. I mean, that's a green, greasy sweater that he wears, that Kurt was wearing at that Unplugged, or, you know, that was not random. That was the part of the game. So everybody is a poser if it's in rock and roll music, and I don't want to ever talk about that. So being a poser is normal in rock and roll. So being Yungblud in rock and roll, I said it previous times and I say it again, he needs to start playing rock if he wants to join into our genre, which is open. In my case, it's open. I would like to see this guy. He's great. He has a great live performance, can sing very well, young, looking good. Kids like him. That's the most important thing. Kids like him. Girls, boys, his age or younger like this guy. So, come on, man. Make some cool songs and you will be our new hero. I can promise you that. So guys, what do you think about the song? Let me know in the comments. Did you like it? You know, is it a good song or nah? like I said. So yeah. Okay, that was Yungblud and Aerosmith. What else do we have? I want to talk about Extreme. Extreme, do you like Extreme? Nuno, Gary Sharon. But we are going to go to Blabbermouth out of all websites, because this is the first thing that came up when I googled Extreme X Out, which is their new video. So why do I want to talk about another band's new video? Because that's the part of this game. I like to talk about music, and that's what's new. Extreme has released the official music video for the song X Out. This track is taken from the band's latest album, 6. But you're thinking probably like latest, wait, it's like, when did they release an album? Yeah, they released an album in 2023. You know all that. 6 came out in 2023. I did a review back then, and now they decided to release a new video. We're not gonna watch this video because today, or maybe we will, let's see. If I get, you know, copyright for this, for only playing without music, I know, we'll see. We'll see later. Yeah. So if you think, like, why are they releasing a video now? I think that's cool. I'm okay with that. I like the fact that they released a new video 2 years after releasing an album, because bands today, they release 3 or 4 singles prior to the album, and it's fine. With videos. A lot of them with some stupid, you know, lyric videos or visualizer. By the way, Aerosmith and Yungblud released a visualizer that I don't like. I mean, I don't care about visualizers. That's just another stupid way to stream your song. I mean, really don't care about visualizers. And the point of this story here is the video of Extreme. So let's go back to the story. So the bands release 3-4 singles, 3-4 videos, and then they stop. And then some of them release another one later on, but that usually sucks. And these videos don't get any traction or any attention on the internet, because that's the only place where you can, you know, get any traction and attention for the things you're doing. So, but Extreme this time did something else. They did something better, actually. So, well, for example, let's see what they say here. 6 propelled Extreme out. Okay, no, Gary Sharon added about the song X Out. The lyric is a lamentation captured in a nightmare, reflecting on the flattering nature of life and question of meaning in the face of the inevitable. Yeah, but whatever. But it's a cool song. So, talking about this video, check this video out, man. I mean, if you watch this on YouTube, you'll see a cinematic, longer kind of cool video, man, that, you know, really grabs your attention. And that's my point here. Bands, if you are going to do this, if you know, plan on releasing videos, do something like Extreme here. Learn from the best. Release a video that has a point, that we can see that you know, involved, that you were involved in the making of this video. Because, you know, if you release a video after the album is released and it's a video where you're just playing your guitars and some girl is walking through the city, that's crap. Why would anyone watch that, you know? But not in this case. So I took some screenshots here. I'll show you. See, these are the screenshots of the video, the most important ones. So we have Gary Sharon here. We have this, you know, the ending of the video, pretty cool. In the whole video, they're playing on this truck, and I really like that. And at the end, Nuno is coming to Gary, who is on the ground, and, you know, I don't know, something like that. And there's this part here where they are both singing, Nuno and Gary, which reminds us of some earlier works of Extreme. And the biggest thing in this video, of course, you already saw it. It's this thing here. It's Nuno's new guitar, man. This is the high point, the biggest point of the video, or the biggest, the most interesting thing in this video is this guitar, his guitar, man. This Washburn guitar, which is not only a guitar but also a keytar, like it has keys. So he's playing. The song starts with some low keys, something like that. And should I play it, man? I don't know. Is anybody here? No, of course not. I mean, this is how the song starts. That's what he's playing there. So this guitar, it was the first thing I saw, and it was the first thing that exploded on the internet. I mean, exploded, not exploded like, you know, but people are talking about this guitar, about this model, about what the hell is this? And people are interested. And this is something weird, and Nuno explained it actually. He had a... I took more screenshots here. You can see there's a video. I can give you a link to this video where he explained, or it's a video where, you know, he's coming on into the workshop, the guitar workshop, and talking about their, you know, they are showing him this guitar for the first time. And this guitar, first thing I thought was, this is not a real guitar. This must be a prop, the prop for the video. But no, my friends, this guitar works. You can play both guitar and the keyboard, and this is amazing. This guitar is something that you don't see every day. I mean, look at this, man. It's made out of the boiler. So the guy who made it said right in front of the guitar, what is it, you know, like workstation, werkstatt or whatever. They had a boiler, somebody throw out a boiler, and he took this thing here and this and, you know, made it all together. Amazing, amazing. And Nuno, with this guitar, he's, you know, setting the new standards, what he did with before, with his solo for the Rise, of course. And Nuno is the, you know, one of the best guitarists out of all these, you know, older guitarists from 80s right now, because what he's doing is what grabs people's attention, like the solo in Rise. The solo in the song Rise exploded on the internet, right? You all remember that. We all talked about this song. We all wanted to see how the hell was he playing this solo. This is an amazing thing. Then we had him, you know, being a lead guitar player in some of the biggest happenings in the world of rock, especially this year. Of course, Ozzy's Back to Beginning, where he played a lot of songs, and in my opinion, it exploded. Of course, exploded in Bark at the Moon, because that's the song where you should explode with the solo, man. You know? Oh, it's Tobias Forge, man. Great. He was great. Don't tell me you didn't like the performance of Nuno and Tobias and the guy from Sleep Token and all these people, you know. So Nuno nailed it, and now he's coming out with this guitar, man. He's a guitar god, and the whole rock and metal world are on fire because of this. What can I say? I like it. And speaking of the album, like the album itself came out in 2023, called Rise, and this album I actually reviewed, believe it or not. That's the album cover, Extreme 6, and it was released after 15 years. The legendary Massachusetts hard rockers has returned with the album named 6, yeah, after such a long wait, even longer than Chinese Democracy. Yeah, man. Oh man, okay. I mean, I was, you know, to be honest, I wasn't impressed with this album. This album contains 12 songs, and I divided them into 3 parts. There are 3 parts, 3 type of songs in this album. See, the rating is not that good. It's 5 out of 12. Why? Because the first part is hard rock songs. There we have Rise. Of course, Rise. Rise is amazing. Then we have Rebel. Then we have Banshee. with Rise being the best one. And I don't know, I should have maybe I don't remember now because it was a long time ago I listened to this album. It was in June 2023, but these were the hard rock songs. Then industrial songs. We have The Mask, Thicker Than Blood, all good tracks, but with a little bit of industrial kind of, steampunk kind of a vibe. Save Me and X Out. Here's X Out. That's the song we're talking about right now. Let me see what I said about X Out. However, the worst among this group is X Out. Oh, which even loses the rock guitar and the riffs. And I mean, after 2 years, you evolve. Now I can say I'm okay with this song. I actually like it, but possibly I like it because of the video. That's also maybe true. So yeah. And there are these, the third, they call them more than a words wannabe songs. Yeah, there are a lot of stupid songs in this album, like Other Side of the Rainbow, Hurricane, Small Town Beautiful, Here's to Losers, and the biggest one, the most cringiest one, Beautiful Girls. That's a song that I said here, they wanted to chart and top and take over the Spotify Pop Summer Vibe Happy Life playlist. Disaster of a song. But anyway, after 2 years, I can still say that this song, Beautiful Girls, is a disaster song. And now I can say that X Out, it's not that bad. Now I would give it half point, and it would be like 5.5 out of 12, but that wouldn't change much, right? So the album had highs and lows, but Nuno Bettencourt himself is always at the top with his steampunk Mad Max guitar. Man, this is an amazing piece of instrument. Just look at it. Just look at it, guys. And tell me in the comments, what do you think about this guitar? Have you seen it? Did you like it? I mean, it's amazing. Honestly, it is. So yeah, that was Extreme. And now, what else should we talk about? Peacemaker. Peacemaker, they aired the episode number 5. Like, now it's Monday, so it was aired on Friday, I think, or Thursday. I don't know, man. I've seen the playlist for the episode number 5. Like, in the first 2 episodes, we had a lot of songs, but then it happens with all these, TV series. In the first episode, first and the second, and the last one, they have the most songs incorporated. But then, in the middle, no, only 2 or 3. Here in episode 3, we had Amon-Track, Break It Out, Swedish hard rock band, cool band. Then we had Ozzy Osbourne's Dreamer. I mean, it's okay, but, Ozzy Osbourne. Then we had Shining, Animal, really, really interesting band from Oslo, Norway. I remember this band. I remember having one of their songs on Junkyard here, but I don't remember which one. But this Animal is a really, really good tune. Really, really good music. It's something like you take Muse and Ghost and put it together with Gojira and Meshuggah, and you get Shining. Really, really interesting band. So check out Shining, and let's hear Amon-Track. Swedish. It's more of a hard rock. Yeah, good. Yeah, hard rock, man. Cool. I like it. Ozzy Dreamer, I'm not gonna play it. I mean, why would I? And that's it for the episode number 3. Only 3 songs. Then episode number 4 had Pretty Mates, Please Don't Leave. Interesting tune, because this is not their song. So if you're a better, aficionado of this, you know, 80s heavy music, you will remember that this is John Sykes' song that he recorded back in 1982, because when he left Tigers of Pantang, record label forced him to release a single, and then he released this Please Don't Leave Me. He called up Phil Lynott of Thin Lizzy, of course. Later he joined Thin Lizzy, and oh yeah, then Pretty Mates redone this song for their 1992 album, I think, Sin Decade, yeah. And then again on Stripped from 1993. Pretty Mates are Danish heavy metal band, like really known. And we have Hit, Shot of Redemption. Hit, that was a good, you know, plug-in with our man Eric Grunwald. That was it for Peacemaker. And the newest episode number 5, contains November Rain. So, I have nothing November Rain, but isn't this supposed to be a series for, you know, for the bands of, you know, Heat, Crashdiet, Crazy Leaks, Cruel Intentions kind of vibe? I don't know, man. But speaking of Crashdiet, we have a Crashdiet, man, because these guys played at Debaser Club in Stockholm. In Stockholm, they played this 20th anniversary Rest in Sleaze gig in honor to their 2005 mega album, mega release called Rest in Sleaze. That's why this episode is called Rest in Sleaze, and I want to talk about Crashdiet from now on. So if you have nothing against it, enjoy it, guys. So happy anniversary to Rest in Sleaze. I love Rest in Sleaze. I still think Rest in Sleaze is the Appetite of Destruction of 2000s. It's the Appetite of Destruction of, you know, my era and my generation, because we did have some good albums back then, Velvet Revolver, The Darkness, the new hard rock bands, but the new wave of sleaze glam was the real deal. This is what people who loved 80s Rat, you know, Motley Crue, stuff like that, Guns N' Roses, we got our own Rats and Motley Crues in these guys. Crashdiet, Hardcore Superstar, Backyard Babies, you know, Loud and Nasty, Gemini 5, Veins of Jenna, The Cruel Intentions, later, of course, that's the later after Veins of Jenna broke up. Then what else? Sister, Starlet Suicide, bands like that, you know, Danger, some, you know, known and lesser known bands, Crazy Leaks, of course, then Santa Cruz, Shiraz Lane after that, and I don't know, Suicide Bombers from Norway, Night Train. It was a great band from Norway too, but the Sweden was, you know, they were the first ones, and a lot of bands came from Babylon Bombs, for example. And I said the Gemini, Toxic Rose. Who else? Let me know in the comments. But Crashdiet were the biggest ones, the biggest band of them all. I mean, maybe Hardcore Superstar are bigger band right now and were back then because they started in the 90s. Like 97, but man, Crashdiet, with this release, they were the, you know, they were like the Guns N' Roses of that time. And this album turned 20, actually turned 20 in May, but they decided to make a gig now and to celebrate. So here is the set list that they played, confirmed, not from Setlist FM, from the fans online. I asked those fans online, because I go there and Google and see what people are posting and then ask them, because I'm a normal guy. So Riot in Everyone, Needle in Your Eye, Queen of Zine, 69 Shots of Gasoline, Ticket, all songs from Rest in Sleaze. Ticket had Chris Laney from Pretty Mates. We talked about Pretty Mates. He came out here and joined the band. Then they played Straight Outta Hell, Knocking Down, Out of Line, Back on Track Again. Of course, all the songs from the Rest in Sleaze, then Breaking the Chains, and then that was it. They added some other songs like Together Whatever, great song from the Automaton. I love this song. This is an anthem, 101 anthem. Then Chemical, the Cocaine Cowboys, featuring Zine from Zang Clan, and you know it from A Shotgun, a Messiah, man. The singer on the first album, Zine. The guy, I heard him, multiple places right now, that Zine is making music with Harry Cody, the guitarist of Shotgun Messiah. Again, I hope something come out from that, because man, Shotgun Messiah, this is what we need again. Then We Die Hard from Automaton, Generation Wild. Of course, you need to play Generation Wild, and the biggest pain in the ass, or the biggest surprise here, Miss Pain from guys, that was like an EP, demo EP from 2003, even the song from even like the period before Rest in Sleaze. And here are some interesting facts. Okay, Zine we already mentioned, and Chris Laney. Then Chris Young from Midnight Danger was playing bass instead of Peter London. Peter London was not available, like he had some surgery or some other thing, I don't know, but he wrote a message to the fans online. You can Google it and find it if you want to know more. Yeah, that's sad, man. I mean, Peter London is he's the crucial part of this band. Martin Sweet and him, they're the only ones from the original lineup that actually released Rest in Sleaze, along, of course, with Dave Leppard. And what is the drummer's name? I always forgot his name. I mean, I'm sorry, man, but we'll see here. Yeah, Eric Young, of course. Yeah, and yeah, then where was I? Yeah, so I mean, he does this a lot. I don't know, he has these problems. I mean, I'm wishing him all the best, and I'm wishing him to get better and be a part of Crashdiet, because he is a Crashdiet. But Chris Young from Midnight Danger did it well, judging from the videos, and of course Midnight Danger played as a opening act. Then they did a short VIP acoustic gig, played Chemical, Breaking the Chains, and In the Raw from the second album, guys. And the last song of the set, Miss Pain, of course, comes from demo release. Awesome. And then, thanks to some people, I found some, videos here and stuff like that. This is Miss Pain. This one goes to Cardinal Copia, at Cardinal Copia account on X. Wow. I'm not gonna get copyright for this, right? Miss Pain, man, Dave Leppard, man. Yes. So cool they played this song. Okay, and thanks again Cardinal Copia for providing this set list, because this is how I wrote the real set list, not the set list FM uncompleted one. And then we have some Crashdiet here videos. Thank you, Stockholm. No, I'm not gonna open my Instagram account for you guys. No, you're not gonna watch that. And some pictures, thanks to Martin Vixieux. Thanks a lot, man. I mean, go and give a follow to all of these people here that I'm showing. I'm not using this, copyright. I know, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be showing you this, but hey, it's a fair use. And then here's a Queen of Zine, 69 shots of gasoline. Oh, no, I'm not gonna show you my X account either. Or not mine, it's Junkie Rock Stories. Just go there and find it. Junkie Rock Stories, both Instagram and X if you want to follow. So yeah. And then we had YouTube videos. These ones go to concerts of rock. This guy is filming everything, man. Like, thanks a lot, man, for everything you're doing. You're great. So go check out his channel and watch every single video. And in the end, I found this guy, this, you know, podcast or YouTube video. I don't know what it is. It's a channel called Sunset Rip, where one guy from Sweden, who's obviously into, you know, murder dolls, goth, but also into sleaze. He explained everything about Crashdiet because he was there. He was hanging out with Peter, Martin, and with great Dave Leppard, man. And he talked a lot about 2005 and, you know, hanging out with the band, drinking, having good time. So if you're a fan of Crashdiet, you just need to go there and listen to the whole episode, man. I'm gonna
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Sunset RIP. Why the name? Well, Sunset Strip, where the sleaze and glam happened back in the day. Punk rock to me. This wasn't time, bro.
Yeah.
We're drinking beer, spitting beer.
A lot of cool pictures and stories. You gotta listen to this episode. Just go there and find RIP. Sunset Rip, or I'm gonna give you the link down in the description after this is done. And let's give a try of some song, huh? Riot in everyone, of course. Cool, man. Crashdiet. Let's hear the acoustic one. So Michael Street, Martin Street, and John Elliott. Sensation. So cool, man. So kudos to Concerts of Rock. I'm gonna give you his link too, and you're gonna, you know, subscribe to his channel if you like videos. So man, Crashdiet. But I'm not done talking about Crashdiet, I'm sorry. So let's talk about Crashdiet from my perspective. Like, this gig was great. I mean, kudos to them. And of course, Crashdiet are continuing. Here's all the Crashdiet, you know, articles that I did on Junkyard. You remember we talked about their commercial of 2005. Then Martin Sweet is doing some, you know, Alpha Destroyer called Project New Music. Then they reunite with 9 Ton, which is the label product management house that was behind the Unattractive Revolution for the new album. Because guys, they are going to release a new album, because Martin Sweet talked about it in here. Album is almost done. Back in May, they played in London with other sleaze bands like Crazy Licks, Cruel Intentions, who was more Smoking Snakes, and Toxic Rose. They invaded England and played some shows together, and that's when Martin Sweet was interviewed for this Mayhem kind of a thing. And he said the album is almost done. It's sleazier and rougher than the previous one. And, you know, they are doing the new album. And that's great. I can't wait to hear the new album. And you can just go check other articles on Junkyard. A lot of them. And, yes, what I wanted to talk about. Rest in Sleaze, man. Rest in Sleaze. They released it again. They released it as a 20th anniversary package course, which you can find on their website. Of course you can. And it includes the new song called Hell No, right? But it's not a new song. I mean, we all know this song because this song is an older song which circulated onto the, let me see, circulated on the internet, right? So I haven't ordered this album yet, but I will, probably at some point. Here it is, here it is. There's a cassette and there's vinyl. Actually, cassette is what I'm most interested in because I love cassettes. It has this sticker here, and that's it. You can just go and find it if you want, guys. Or CD, like, cool. And then, of course, let me see if there's anybody here. Yeah, whatever. Let me just go back to where I was here. So, my love for Crashdiet goes back from 2005, 2006. I cannot remember because back then, I'm not from Sweden and I'm not from Norway and I'm not from USA or England. But in my country, we knew about Crashdiet. Somehow people knew about Crashdiet. And there was this, chat called Mirc, M-I-R-C, where I was hanging out. I mean, it was 2005. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have Facebook either yet. We had MySpace, which was another... We're going to talk about MySpace. Just wait. And this Mirc was a chat rooms. You can, download the app. I don't know if it still exists, if Mirc still exists to this day. But you can go there and chat with people. And I strictly remember I chatted with one person who told me about Crashdiet. That's one way, but the other way was maybe forums, because forums were also big back then when I first heard about Crashdiet, and of course MySpace. But in the end, it doesn't matter. I had a love-hate relationship with this band. At first, I didn't like it because I was back then in 2005, 2006. I, my friends, was into the heavy 80s glam hair metal. I was all into Riot, Motley Crue. I remember LA Guns, man. LA Guns released these two great albums, Waking the Dead 2005 and Tales from the Strip 2005. These two albums were everything for me. And I was like, rejecting these new bands. Because I was young, I was stupid, I was barely... No, I wasn't. I was 17 when they released Rest in Sleaze. But then, a few years after, or a year, I think maybe up to 2007 I was okay. 2006, 2007, I accepted it, but, that's when all these things happened. Dave Leppard and then the new singer. But what I wanted to tell you is what I didn't understand back then is that how important this band is and how good and important this album was. But it was everywhere. And I really, really appreciated that. And I've seen the movement. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm online talking to people and we're talking about Crashdiet all of a sudden. And then in 2008, I started a band, which will later become my second band, Sleaze Glam Band. And this first incarnation of this band, we tried to play Breaking the Chains or Riot in Everyone. I cannot remember right now. But you see, I found people who loved Crashdiet too. Then I found the new guys and started this real band after this, tryout. And then we also liked the same music, and that's why when I transitioned. So yeah, because the people from that band, especially the singer, he was also into these, newer bands, and that's how we decided and said to ourselves, we don't need to be Rat, Faster Pussycat or Motley Crue. We want to be Crashdiet. We want to be hardcore superstar. We want to be beautiful creatures. We want to be backyard babies. We wanted to be 6 a.m. Those were the bands from 2000s, Sleaze Glam bands from 2000, and that's how it all started. And before I continue, So yeah, I didn't get the album, but some time ago I made the album. Like, this is my project. It's an do-it-yourself Crashdiet Rest in Sleaze album. See? But the old one with Tomorrow as a demo and Riot in Every Man as a demo. But this project is not completed because, see, I haven't even done the the artwork inside and haven't done this, you know, a label for the CD. And you know what? This is not, I'm not doing piracy here. I did this out of, you know, just I wanted to have, I wanted to make a CD again, which I did back in the day, but I wanted to be some cool CD, some, you know, album that I really love, and this is one of these albums. And I had, you know, from before this, you know, labels on my computer, so I printed it out and now I have it. But I'm gonna get the new one because probably cassette, because I love cassettes, or maybe even disc, I don't know. So we'll see. Crashdiet. And but instead of the booklet, I made zines, man. You know what the zine is? A mini zines, like a magazines. One is black and white and other is in color. A mini zine, you take a piece of A4 paper and you make like 8 pages out of it and put it all together and you make a mini zine. And this mini zine is for this album. See? Rest in Sleaze. You have the names, the release date, and then the songs. But the songs are, I did it like, you know, what are they about? What is this song about? So I didn't want to put the whole lyrics, but I put what is this? What are the songs about? And here are some, you know, interesting details, some pictures from back in the day, and the back cover. This should be a label for the disc. So this is a mini zine, like mini magazine, which you can see. First page, second. This is how it's done. I actually have this, you know, black and white. See? Okay. This is the zine. And you put it together in a way that I just show you, then you have a mini zine. It's a mini zine. All right. Alright, I had a problem with, I don't know what happened, but that's the mini zine I made. If you're into zines, let me know. Just out of, you know, out of love for Crashdiet. And, you know, what else do I have for you guys? I have this, you know, let's talk about Crashdiet a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Nope. This was not good. Let's talk about Crashdiet. Sorry, I'm doing all by myself here. Here we have an album. The album. So they are going to release a new album. So quick history of Crashdiet. Crashdiet first album, Appetite for Destruction. Great one. I love it. Then they lose the singer. You know all what happened. Dave Leppard committed suicide. And the next album is with what's his name? The guy from Reckless Love. What is his name, man? My God. Oliver Twisted, yeah. That's, you know. Oliver Twisted, The Unattractive Revolution. Cool Release. There were some great songs there, especially In the Row and the one with Mick Mars. And that's when they, but this is the point. They continued, man. They were on everywhere. They were on TV. They were followed. Now, 2007, 2008, I know about them. New beginnings. I'm okay. The people around me are also okay with this new beginning. But then Oliver Twisted leaves, and then again they're out of their own. No singer. But then they have a new singer, Simon Cruz. Yeah, him. And they release Generation Wild and Cocaine Cowboys, right? No, The Savage Playground. I always call this album Cocaine Cowboys. I don't know why. Savage Playground. And Generation Wild is challenging Rest in Sleaze in how good this album is. So the new beginning, the new everything. Kudos to that, guys, for finding Simon and making this another great Crashdiet album. And then Simon leaves in 2015 or 16 or something. Then they have Gabriel Keys for Rust and An Automaton. They change a little bit. They go more into the heavy metal territory. But I like it still. I really like these two albums. But then, you know, let me just do this. Yeah, so you can see the whole album. Then Gabriel leaves and now they have John Elliott and they are ready for the new album with the new singer. So my point here is, once they were a legendary band, now Crashdiet are a cult band. Cult band for us, for the people who love this kind of music. But we still love Crashdiet and we still appreciate, and you could have seen the full Debaser club in Stockholm. So we're waiting this new album, and I just gonna say kudos to Martin Sweet for, you know, for taking this band so long. 20 years, so many changes, so many different singers, and they are still here. It's thanks to him. It's thanks to Martin. So yeah, man, you're doing a great job. I mean, in my opinion, Crashdiet should have been big like Motley Crue or, I don't know, Cinderella or Poison. But man, it's not. It's cult, it's underground, it's for people like us that are really dedicated to this music. But still, for us, you are the greatest band of this new era. And one of the greatest, of course. And just keep continue being like that. And when I mentioned this guy in a RIP Sunset Trip, he said one interesting thing. He said that he wants these bands to be like more present on the social media. Yes, I agree with that, but I would add that I would like to see these bands, Martin or all the members of Crashdiet and all the other bands, to be more present, giving interviews and doing things like what musicians like to do. I think it would help. I think there are a lot of stories to be said, because listen, the story about Crashdiet and Ghost, right? You know the story. You know that Tobias Forge was a member of Crashdiet before, which is why is his name here, Tobias Forge, yeah. You know the story, of course you know it, guys. And I wrote something about that. If you remember, you can go back onto the Junkyard if Junkyard will load up, today, possibly. You can go there and check out this text. So Tobias Forge was a guitarist in Crashdiet before Martin Sweet. Martin Sweet came in 2003, I think. Tobias was in the band 2002 as a guitarist with Dave Leppard, of course. And that fact, this little fact here, Crashdiet begins 2000-2002. Not to mention that they played Miss Pain with Tobias back then, and they played a song called Queen Obscene, which is 69 shots of gasoline, right? And this is why the Ghost fandom, not the whole fandom, but a portion of the fandom loves Crashdiet. And Ghost fandom is the biggest fandom in rock music right now. And the most, the fandom that is most, this is Tobias Forge here, and this is Dave Leppard. So this is the biggest fandom in the world of rock and most, active fandom online. And there are a lot of people from that fandom talking about Crashdiet because they love that fact that their hero, Tobias, played in this band. And this is how I found this, person on X who was posting. It's a Ghost fan. Cardinal Copia posted about Crashdiet gig in Debaser. Cardinal Copia is... I'm not Cardinal Copia. We all know who Cardinal Copia is. So if you want to check out this article, go and check it out. And, I love that the Ghost fandom is also connected to Crashdiet, because Crashdiet deserves to be, you know, known and to be cherished. And, you know, I love Ghost, I love Crashdiet, love them both. So yeah, what can I say? I'm a happy Sleaze guy. So guys, thank you a lot for listening to me and watching. Yeah, there was one break in the middle of the video, but we'll fix it. That was all for now. Let's see. No, let's just go to Sleazeroxx to see what they are talking about. They also have video footage from Crashdiet's Rest in Sleaze anniversary released. What do they have? Oh, they have the RAG online culture magazine YouTube page. I gotta see that, man. Oh, this is new for me, the RAG. Go check out the RAG, man. Oh, it's the whole concert, man. So cool. Another plugin here, RAG. I'll leave you the links if I remember all the links that I've mentioned in this video. Gasoline. Man, this guy Chris Young from Midnight Danger Midnight, like the band that played with Crashdiet, he looks like Dave Leppard, man, with this guitar, with bass guitar, because he was Dave Leppard used to play guitar on stage, and he really teased his hair in this way. This is Chris Laney, right? So cool, I gotta watch this concert, this is new for me. Thanks Sleazeroxx for providing this. Like there was this part of the No, I don't want Skid Row, man. I'm sorry, guys. There was this part of the concert where they raised a big, you know, Dave Leppard, like, what was it called? A flag. Really, really good, you know, tribute to him. Because this was his album, this was his time. So yeah, there we have it. Sleazeroxx also covered it. Great. Thank you, Sleazeroxx. You're great. That's why I always pick you for this. Reviews or streams? Nah, I'm losing it now. So guys, thank you. Thank you again. Subscribe, please, if you want. And see you next time at Crashdiet, man, Extreme. We only had 3 like topics here, but that's enough. See ya. See you guys. End stream. Ciao.